Good morning, I'm Brian Reagan. This is
Tyler Kelly.
And we welcome you on this Wednesday morning to the reign of Hezekiah in 2 Chronicles 29, 1 through 11. Tyler?
Hezekiah became king when he was 25 years old, and he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Abijah, the daughter of Zechariah, and he did what was right in the sight of the Lord, according to all that his father David had done. In the first year of his reign, in the first month, he opened the doors of the house of the Lord and repaired them. Then he brought in the priests and the Levites and gathered them in the east square and said to them, Hear me, Levites, now sanctify yourselves, sanctify the house of the Lord of your fathers, and carry out the rubbish from the holy place. For our fathers have trespassed and done evil in the eyes of the Lord our God. They have forsaken him, have turned their faces away from the dwelling place of the Lord, and turned their backs on him. They have also shut up the doors of the vestibule, put out the lamps, and have not burned incense or burnt offerings in the holy place to the Lord God of it, or to the God of Israel. Therefore the wrath of the Lord fell upon Judah and Jerusalem, and he has given them up to trouble, to desolation, and to jeering, as you see with your eyes. For indeed, because of this, our fathers had fallen by the sword, and our sons, our daughters, and our wives are in captivity. Now it is in my heart to make a covenant with the Lord God of Israel, that his fierce wrath may turn away from us. My sons, do not be negligent now, for the Lord has chosen you to stand before him, to serve him, and that you should minister to him and burn incense.
All right. I think it's an interesting thing that we see with Hezekiah here. And I'm thinking about the early reformers, the ones who said, we've got to clean up this mess that is the Roman Catholic Church. Whether it was Martin Luther or John Wesley was a little bit later, but John Wesley, John Knox, John Calvin, you say, a lot of them were named John. Of course, Martin Luther, King Henry, not so much, but King Henry's bishops. Everybody thinks King Henry was the one who started the Anglican Church. The Anglican bishops had a problem with Rome for a long time. If you ever read a history of the Anglican Church, a true history of it, you'll find out King Henry didn't start the Anglican Church. He just gave his bishops the military power to do what they'd wanted to do for a long time, which was to break away from Rome. But most of the reformers that started what we call the magisterial, the Presbyterian, the Lutheran, the Methodist, and all their offshoots, all of them, the first thing that they tried to fix was the worship. And I find it interesting, the first thing Hezekiah sets out to fix is the worship. No matter how much else you get right, if your worship is wrong, nothing else is right. So wait a second, you just said no matter how much you get right. That's right. In mathematics, any number, Tyler, that's a positive number that I multiply times a negative number instantly becomes what?
Negative.
A negative. 4 times 3 is?
12.
12. 4 times negative 3 is?
Negative 12.
Negative 12. Now the math is still the same, interestingly enough. But that one little thing puts you in the hole. And no matter how many times you multiply the rights times the wrongs, you're still always going to end up in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing Hezekiah sets to fix is the worship.
Mm-hmm.
That's his very first priority. Fix your worship. This is why Martin Luther said that instrumental music was the insignia of Baal. And if you've been reading Chronicles with us, you know the insignia of Baal. Martin Luther basically said instrumental music is devil worship. And it's interesting, what was one of the things that the Lutheran Church took back in Mass when he died? Instruments. The Methodists use instruments, even though John Wesley, according to Adam Clark, John Wesley said that he had no problem with instrumental music in the church as long as it was neither seen nor heard. John Knox, the founder of the Scottish Presbyterians, said that instrumental music was nothing but a chest of whistles. That wasn't a good thing. Fix worship first. Fix your worship first. Once your worship is like it's supposed to be, you can bring all the other things into line. But it's awful hard to bring everything else into line until the worship is straightened out. Some thoughts, my brother?
No, sir.
All right, invite them back for tonight.
I hope to see you this evening at 7 o'clock at the Lake Butler Church of Christ in Lake Butler, Florida, where we'll be continuing our study on 2 Peter. On our live stream or in person.
On live stream or in person. At 7 o'clock. See you then.